Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you doing? I'm hoping that you had a wonderful day. It's Friday. We just got done doing my live YouTube video, and I personally think it went great. For those of you who did watch it, I appreciate you coming. For those that watched the recording, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. It was been something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's good to see that my creative fluids haven't completely left me. So with that, we are in the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And this one, well, let's just get into it. It starts off with the Joseph Smith translation, and this one adds a little light to it. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Now we'll do the normal thing, read the King James, then read the Joseph Smith translation. The King James reads, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a great beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." Okay, here comes the Joseph Smith translation. "And I saw another sign, in the likeness of the kingdom of the earth, a beast rise out of the sea, and he stood upon the sand of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon the horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." Okay, so it changes things a little, but not much. So let's continue. So for the next, this is going to be a short one. For the next few verses, I would say 15, one beast after another keeps on rising. And these are representations of different wickednesses that come up. And one feeds off the other, and they all receive strength from the first one. If we read here, in verse 2, it says, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority." Now, this here is showing that this beast is of the devil here. Every single one of these beasts that it talks about is of the devil. "And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" And it's interesting. We read here down in verse 7. It says, "And this beast, and it was given," meaning this beast, "was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So, this beast seemed to have such a great authority that no one could fight against it. Now remember, each one of these beasts represents one evil, one thing of the devil that faces men. We see here in verse 8, it says, "And all that dwell on the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." Now there's an interesting term. What does it mean? This says, "was not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." Well, of course, anyone with any kind of cells between the two ears will know that this is Jesus Christ. But what does it mean? He was slain from the foundation of the world. Well, this is a reference to the pre-existence, where Jesus was selected for this exact purpose. He was selected to be the Redeemer of all mankind. And the only way we could be redeemed was through the atonement of Jesus Christ. That's the only way. Okay, let's continue. I love what it says here. In verse 9 and 10, it says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword." Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Now, the saints of God have always, from the time from Abraham all the way to present day, the saints have always received persecution. Satan hates the saints. He would love to see every saint fall into his clutches. And we have to have patience, and we have to have faith in the Holy One of Israel, the Lamb of God. Okay, now here comes the second one, the second beast. He says, "And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon." That's kind of the imagination. That's amazing. Looked like a lamb, but spoke like a dragon. And he exercised all the power over the first beast. All the power of the first beast. So he had everything that the first beast had. "And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. This second beast, I mean, he has the same powers as the first one, but more, because he's providing miracles showing his great power. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now we see something similar in Daniel, I believe it was, where the king trying to remember, it's been a while since I read Daniel. There was an image that everyone was supposed to worship. I may be mistaken too. But it was said that everyone should worship the image, and not everyone did, like Daniel and his companions. And I may be mistaken. I'm human. I don't have the best memory. So let's move on. Now, here, I love this. This next 3 verses has caused so much speculation among Christianity that there are more theories about what this is than there are stars in the heavens. I'm not kidding you. I've read some, and they're pretty outlandish. Let's start. And he crieth all, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, there have been a lot of theories over the years, and every time a new technology comes up, they're like, this is it. We don't know when it is. When barcodes first came out, you see right here, this is a barcode for the church's manual for the Come Follow Me curriculum. But it's not, because we don't receive it in our hands and our forehead. But that's just one of the outlandish ideas that it would be. And the church has spoken up, and I'll read that after I read what it says here. He says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the numbers of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, one of the more outlandish claims that I see is against Monster, the drink, because this character here, each one of those, they say, is reputation of the 6. Now, they're trying to say that Monster, the energy drink, is the mark of the beast. And this isn't true. Because if you look how John writes this, he doesn't go 666. He goes 600 and 6. So it's 666, which is written differently. So don't fall for any of those nonsense. And the prophets, and let me see if that's written in this one. In what the old manuals, it had a disclosure about what the number is. Let's see here. In these new manuals, they don't talk about it, but it tells members of the church not to fall for the many theories that go out there about what this number is. And no prophet has come out and said what these are. So I have my own idea. I don't share it very often because it's mine. I know that sounds selfish, but oh well. But we just have to be patient, and when we start seeing the world government starting to require, then we will know that this is the sign. And this may be completely figuratively. Remember, John and Jews in general love to work in symbolically. This is common throughout. Jesus had spoken symbolically. As far as we know, this may just be another symbolic gesture that no man has figured out yet. And so I joined my advice with the church. Don't fall for any of the speculation. Remember, Satan will cause people to believe anything. He is the father of all lies. And so just be careful out there when you're dealing with interpretive understanding of the book of Revelation, because it is full of it. Not full of, it, but it's full of symbology, and it can be very complicated to understand. I wish I could join the sentiment of the prophet Joe Smith in proclaiming that the book of Revelation is one of the plainest books. I think if I had more education from God, I would be able to understand it better. But I only have what I can have. He gives me what I'm able to handle, whether I think I can handle it or not. God only gives us what we can handle at the time. And we shouldn't try to run faster than we can. We shouldn't try to understand the things of God faster than spiritually we can. Take your time. Study hard. Pray even harder. Remember, God teaches us line upon line, precept upon precept. And he knows what's best for us, and he knows that we will eventually catch on. Maybe not in this life, but we will. So, but I want to thank you guys again for coming to my live video, for those that came. And remember, in January, things are going to be changing. The morning portion is going to be discussing different theories that people have, or questions that people have about the church. If you'd like to have your question done, just post it down there, and I will see if it's one of the ones I already have listed. And if it is, I'll tag your name in it. And then I will begin in a new series called Ministry. And these are the videos for my ministering families. I'll be tagging my companion in them. Well, I'll ask his permission first. And hopefully this is going to be a good way for me to reach my families. It seems the older I get, the more I want to just stay inside and stay away from from other people. But I need to change that. Maybe I'll start going to some singles activities. I don't know. But we'll see. You guys have a wonderful evening. And I will see you tomorrow. Remember, I do love you guys. I pray for you. And if there is any subject you want me to cover, please feel free to drop me a comment in the sections, or my email is in my channel information. You can just drop me an email, and in the subject line, put YouTube question in the subject line, and then I'll know that it is something that you want me to cover. So we will see you tomorrow. You guys take care, be safe, and have a Merry Christmas.